Yes, today we're just going to be talking to you guys, answering your questions. We're three different Duke students from different areas on campus, and I think we've had a lot of different experiences, and we're really excited to hear what different questions you guys have to convince you to come to Duke, because we think it's the best school. And basically, yeah, just see where you guys are coming from and answer anything you need us to answer. So I guess I'll start and give an introduction of who I am. My name's Chris Tweedkent. I'm a senior. I'm studying mechanical engineering. I participate on the varsity soccer team here, although initially I came and just participated in club sports. I am very active in the service group on campus. I'm involved in Change Educate, which is an education group, so I can talk more about that later. I'm also involved in Engineering World Health, and we'll be traveling to Haiti in just over a month to test the device that my partners and I have helped create. And then I guess the last thing is I went to Santiago, Chile for Duke Engage, which is a program I hope you guys have heard about and read about. But it's an awesome program that gives you the opportunity to explore your interests and take a summer to do service domestically or internationally, depending on what you like, and basically have a free time to figure out how best you can serve a community. I think, Daniel, you're going to go next.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dania Toth. I'm from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, so not very far away, although there was no kind of spiritual problem with being from Chapel Hill. I've been a Duke fan my whole life. I am an Arabic and public policy double major with a minor in political science. I love languages. I have studied in Egypt, and I have been to Doha because of initiatives that were started through Duke. I am a Baldwin Scholar at Duke, so I'm happy to answer any questions you have about that and women's programs and activities here on campus. And I have done research in 3 different departments for the Pratt School of Engineering, although it's more of a social focus, so don't ask me about MATLAB or anything, in the Arabic department and in the Department of Religion. So if you're, what I spend most of my time doing now is I'm the founder and the executive director of the Bulls Durham Speech and Debate League, which is a nonprofit here in Durham meant to grow debate teams in the Durham area for the first time in its history. So if you're interested in research, pursuing an interest you may have already had before college, and utilizing a lot of Duke's resources to start an initiative of your own, then I can definitely answer questions about that. I love that I've come to Duke, and Duke was the best platform for me to really explore what individually I was most interested in.
Interesting enough, if you haven't noticed already, if you can see us, that Christopher and I are identical twins. So on campus, we tend to get involved in similar things. So I, like him, walked onto the soccer team in my freshman year in spring, and that has been an incredible experience playing there. But that's not, all that Duke's about for me. A lot of what Duke is about the service activities. And so I led Engineering World Health last year as president and worked on this X-ray development timer that Christopher is talking about. And it's incredible the way that Duke allows you to translate knowledge that you learned in the classroom into actually affecting change or doing something that's really interesting in your community that's here in Durham, for example, like Danny was talking about, or abroad. And the Duke Engage project that I went on was a project where we worked in preschools and kindergartens on early education in Santiago, Chile. And it was just about conducting an ethnographic research study, and that was my first experience ever in a Spanish-speaking country. I guess I wasn't fluent, I was proficient, and it was plenty enough. Duke Engage gave you all the resources and support in order to make that really happen and to have an incredible experience. So, any questions about that, or really anything? I think we're gonna go through some questions until around 7:30, and then at that point, I think we'll probably wrap it up.
Yep. So I guess the first question, again, this is Chris, is tell us about the application process for Duke Engage, And so I guess that depends on whether you're interested in pursuing a group project or an independent project. So I guess I'll start with the group project and then move to the independent project. So as far as the group project, there are several already formed groups in which you can look on the Duke Engage website and see what country you want to go to and exactly what the program has to offer. They range from anything. The group program in Santiago worked on microfinance. There was one in South Africa on journalism, and so there are all sorts of different projects that you can get involved in. And so the process for that would be there's a deadline, so you have to basically research the programs, write a couple essays, responses on why you want to go to that particular program and why you think you'd be a good applicant for Duke Engage. And then once they admit you through the first round, then you have an interview in which the heads of the programs take you into an interview and basically ask you the same questions that you put on the application. And then at the end of that, they offer you a spot on the Duke Engage team. And then for an independent project, which is what my brother Daniel and I did, it's a little different, but there's the application deadline, and you have to prepare like everything that you're going to be doing while your time spending Duke Engage money and being abroad serving the specific community you're hoping to serve. And so for that, a lot of it is developing the time frame on exactly what you're going to do and how you're going to go about doing it, and then you from there, you submit the application, and it's a little more rigorous of an application just because they need to make sure that you're capable and you have everything planned out to create a successful project. And after that, you'll be interviewed like the group project, but that's just by someone from the Duke Engage office, and then after that, they give you funding. So that's how the Duke Engage application works.
And I guess the next question is describe what your program was like doing Duke Engage. And I think the special thing about Duke Engage is that it's all about service, and you're hoping to accomplish something at the end of the summer, but it's really about you having an opportunity to observe a community and to further your perspectives and potentially get new constructs in which you would see the world. So I guess I had not really spent extensive time in preschool, so that was something that was incredibly interesting and fun to develop those relationships with so many different kids and in each of the TAs or the teachers that we worked with. And I guess the most rewarding part for me was over a 2-week period, Chris and I went together and we visited over 10 families and got to talk with them about what are they struggling with economically, socially, and more importantly, how does this influence how those children are attending school. And the main thing we were trying to look at was the roots of absenteeism, which are incredibly impactful if children miss a lot of school at an early age. It has significant repercussions down the road. So that was something that I didn't really expect at the beginning of the summer. My Spanish ability to be able to go into these homes, into a foreign situation, and really connect with these individuals. And some of the parents and the teachers I'm still talking with to this day. So, pretty awesome.
Okay, so the next question that we got was, how do I get involved in the local community, and are we doing anything in Durham? And the answer is yes. Most Duke students find part of the Duke education is engaging in the community. Now, whether that is in Durham or doing the incredible things that Chris and Dan were talking about, it is the easiest thing in the world to get involved with service in Durham and in many other aspects. Duke happens to specialize with a lot of educational programs just because we're Duke students, and that's something that we do very well. But there's also plenty of other programs. There's swimming programs where you go and you teach kids how to swim. There's all kinds of athletic programs. But basically, when you arrive in your first week, part of the orientation is, if you've seen a big picture of our big, beautiful East Campus quad where all the freshmen live, there's a day when there's rows and rows and rows of tables that fill up that quad of groups, mostly of service groups. They have a whole day with service organizations that talk to you about different opportunities. to jump in. So it's really the easiest thing to go up and talk to those people, and we've got a great infrastructure in place that can help you get the rides you need to go to the schools, can place you with a program you're best at. Although I founded my own organization because I knew what I was good at and what I wanted to do, I did start with a literacy program that I just walked into. So it really is the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, I guess I can add something to that. So I think Daniel is exactly right. That's exactly how easy it is to get involved. And one of the first things I did was joined Habitat for Humanity because it was something that my mom was really involved in. And every year, it used to be every other year, Duke Habitat supported a house in Durham, but now they support a house every year, which is pretty incredible. And so that really helps you get involved with the local community because you're building alongside other people of the Durham community to basically impact in Durham in a positive way. And so I guess through that I've been able to get involved, and I know I have some friends who, Daniel mentioned that some people get involved in athletics around here, and I have some friends who help coach in the local leagues, specifically the soccer leagues. And so I think that's another interesting and really fun way that you can get involved with the community.
And just as a point, another way that you can get involved in the local community definitely is to go over to Chapel Hill on the day of their Duke UNC game and heckle them. That's a pretty. We enjoy doing that pretty considerably, and they hate it because you better believe they're doing the same thing to us when it's our basketball game time. So if you really want to get involved in the local community, that's a pretty special one. We like that one a lot.